वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुविष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरा गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. I welcome everyone who are in the temple as well as who are online. Today is 2nd September 2023 and we are talking about the Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. Further we will go further on our chapter 2, Sankhya Yogo Nama Dvitiyo Adhyayaha. And we will go further. Last week we were talking about the Arjun asking. Arjun is asking that, God, Krishna, you explained so many things about the Sankhya and how a person should be thinking, how a person will be, reacting and all that. But, unless we see a person, we physically see somebody who is, unless we physically see somebody who has got those qualities, we may not understand them. And that is why Arjun is asking the question. So this is a question Arjun asked, and that is a 54th chapter, 54th sloka of 2nd chapter. So we will go ahead. I will do the chanting of it. Arjun vacha sthita pragyasya kya bhasha samadhisthasya keshava sthitadhi kim prabhasheta kimasita vrajeta kim. Arjuna asked, how does this person who is sthita pragya? Sthita pragya means one whose intellect is steadfast, he is a sthita, he is a steady, he is not being shaken, he is not being moved. He is not getting lured by something. And why it is required, it was explained in the earlier sloka. So now we have got a sthita pragya sa kya bhasha. How does this person who is a sthita pragya, how does he talk, how does he walk, how does he sit, how does he react to the situation, how does he behave in general? Because unless we see, and last time and the one before lecture, we saw how does a person learn. How does a human being learn? Human being learn by copying. Human being learn by training. So there are 5 methods by which we learn, and one of that is by observation. And so the God, when explained, Arjun asked, what is the method? How do we see a person who is sthita pragya? And we were looking into this sloka last time, and God explained about that sthita pragya. So in this question, in this sloka, what it means is that sthita pragya sa ka bhasha. How Arjun asked, okay, sure, what is the disposition of one who is situated in the divine consciousness? This is a word. Divine consciousness is a word which is used here in translation for sthita pragya. But it is important that because it is a Sankhya Yoga, a person may not be believing in God. A person has to believe in oneself, the Atma. The understanding of Atma is the main fundamental principle being used by the Sankhya Yoga. But because there is no direct translation available in English for this word, we are using this word as a divine consciousness. Because our Atma is also divine, so we can say that it is divine consciousness. And how does the enlightened person like that talk? How does he sit? How does he walk? Prabhashet, vrajet. Vrajet means he move around. Prabhashet, how does he speak? What kind of language he uses? So here the point is sthita pragya is the word. This is very important word. Sthita pragya is a combination of 2 words, sthita and pragya. Pragya means intellect, and sthita means steady. In a steady intellect, one who doesn't get waved, how does that person achieves it, and how he He or she eventually behaves in that way. So, we have to understand that if we say that something is not shaken or something is not moved, that means that there are factors which moves a person. There are factors which shakes a person. So there are three components in it. First component is that there are factors. Second component is a person is supposed to be steady in position. For in what way and for which purpose? That is the second point. And the third point is that when the person is deviating, means what happens? Does a person change the language, change the quality? What is a shaken person and an unshaken person? We sing Achyutam Keshavam Sri Ram Narayanam. Achyut, we tell one of the name of God is Achyut. Achyut means what? Achyut means one which shakes away, which moves. The other factors affect a person's direction, a way of life. That is Achyut. When a person moves, when a person doesn't move, when a person is focused on the goal, the person is focused on his karma, that means it is Achyut. So it is Achyutam Keshavam. That is why one of the name of the God is Achyut. So here what we are looking at, that what creates deviation, and we looked at it in the previous sloka, the Moha Kalilam. The word was Moha Kalilam. The Moha is moving a person. And Kalilam means it is moving in a way how a marshy land, a mud land, a land with a mud, a swamp where a person gets sunk into. That is how the Moha Kalilam works. So we talked about it last time. Another is a fear. It is not only moha, sometimes it is a fear which moves a person. We do not do our duty, we do not do our expected behavior. Why? Because we have a fear. We know that something is right, we know that something is correct, we know that something must be done, but we don't do it. Why? Because we have a fear. Fear is one of the major factor in our normal human life where we do not do our prescribed action. जो कर्म हमें कहा गया है वो हम नहीं करते क्योंकि भय है. And then there are different type of bhaya. So the bhaya for life, the fear of life, the fear of bread, loss of honor, unknown situations like death. Why people are worried about death? Because the reason is that it is unknown. So the fear of unknown, where I will be going, what will happen to me, what will happen if I lose, I will lose the position, the occupation within my body, and all these things are fear which are created with the death. So the fear is making. So what is happening? That a fear or greed, moha is nothing but greed. So either a person moves by a greed or by a fear from the karma which they are supposed to be doing, the prescribed duty which they are supposed to be doing. And the Sthita Pragya is the one who doesn't move, who doesn't shaken up with those things. And how does it happen? Through the Buddhi Yoga. So when the intellect is connected, is connected with, it's joined with the karma as a duty from my birth, from my birth means by qualities which I have brought with my birth. Some kids we see they are very much introvert, whereas other kids are extrovert. How does that happen? Nobody taught them to do that. They have brought those qualities from the previous birth, and that is why they are doing that kind of actions. And if we give a person who is very introvert, a person who is not able to speak well in the not feeling comfortable in the society, in a social condition, if we tell them to take a career of a salesperson, for example, we tell them to take a career of a socially facing career, what will happen? They will miserably fail. They will find it very uncomfortable. Even though they will be paid great money, they will find it very uncomfortable because it is not their natural inclination. It is not their aptitude to do the work that way. And that is why we have to see what is the quality which I have brought in from my birth. And that is where the whole birth thing comes in. So whatever is our prescribed duty, that means whatever I am born for with, whatever I am born for, those qualities I will connect with buddhi yoga. I will use the buddhi, I'll use my intellect to work in that career. And that will be going unshaken by either the fear or by the greed. Let us take an example. Suppose we have a child. Suppose there is a son, a father is there and father has a son. And the son is in say grade 10, grade 12. And the son is asking, Dad, what I should be doing? What career I should select? This is a very common question coming up in our family life. The children do not know exactly what kind of a career they want to select, and so for that purpose they will be asking various help from the parents, from the career guidance, anybody. So when this is happening, the child is asking what career I should select. The selection of the career is done either by a fear or by a greed. If that is the case, the child doesn't go into a right career as per the child's aptitude. So, if there is an introvert child and we are telling them to go into an extrovert career, or there is an extrovert person and we say that, oh, you know what, nowadays what is happening is that, the computer science and computer engineering is one of the best paid job. You will get a very good job, you will get a very good career, you will make a lot of money. And so, you go to a, say, for example, computer science line. Now that person as a career will be supposed to be sitting in a small cubicle and looking into the computer continuously for 8 hours for the whole life. How come a person who is extrovert, who is finding it very comfortable to move around in the society, who finds fun in meeting different people, in meeting various, going to various locations, how will that person be happy? Even though the person is getting the maximum amount of money and so-called good career, but the person will never be happy. And we see so many people like that around us. We see that there are people who have made great career, but if you ask them, they will say, I am not happy. And we ask them, oh, you are having a good job, you are making good money, you are having a great, a bungalow and a car and a good family and all that, and all this wealth and everything. They will say, I am not happy. Why? Because the job or the career is not as per their aptitude. So, the karma, the word karma is coming at a lower level. We can look at that karma word here in that way also. So, buddhi yoga means joining the intellect to the karma. Whatever intellect we have brought, that intellect should be connected with the karma in a correct way, in a very practical life, in our own life. And then it will go into the spiritual level. So, somebody will say, no, but we can change a person, we can give a training. And let us say that example, like we say that, okay, you have to educate a person. So, suppose a person is having one kind of aptitude, but we educate them to go into a different aptitude. A person can grow. Some people can ask a question, that is it not possible that a person can change? Is it not possible that a person can improve? If a person is an introvert person, can we not train them to become an extrovert person? Definitely. Definitely we can do that. Because our whole human life is created for the improvement. The God, we say that the God is very much Krupalu Bhagwan. The God is merciful. How the God is merciful? God has given us an opportunity to come to a second life, another life, to improve. So there are chances of improvement. There is no doubt about it. But what happens? Let us take an example. If a person by nature, so there are two parts. One is a skill development, another is a human nature itself. So suppose there is a person who is given an education, say for example in finance. But by nature, that person is a corrupt person. He doesn't mind at all to do the corruption. Now, if that person is given a training, an education, to go into a customs department or some other government department, even though they are educated to exert, to work as with the skill of that officer, but the end result will be he or she will be a corrupt person. Because the nature of a person is a corrupt person. We are talking here about the nature and the aptitude of a person and not the skill set of a person. And who can be the not the excellent example other than Ravan? Ravan is an excellent example for that. He got maximum good knowledge. He was knowing Vedas in and out. He gave the raga, how to sing the Veda. He gave the rag, the tune to the Vedas. Such a intelligent person, such a skilled person, such a a doctorate or even higher level than that in music. And was he not a devotee? He was a devotee. He was a devotee of Shankar. He was a devotee of Durga. That is why he started doing the Durga Puja to defeat Ram by fasting and some 7 or 9 days of prayers. So was he not a devotee? He was a devotee also. But the nature of a person, because he is from a Rakshasa Kulam, he will not change. So somebody will give a challenge question. How come we shouldn't change? Definitely. We can change. And to do that change, we have to become a Sthita Pragya. So there is an opportunity to grow. But here we are talking about the masses. Overall, a person to become a changed person through education only. Education means the skill learning only will not work, because the basic quality has to change and not the skill set of a person to change. A skill can get us a good amount of bread and butter, a good amount of money, a good amount of fame. But our basic nature will never change through the so-called education. That education should be a different type of education so that a person's nature changes. It is not, so education for skill is different item, education for the changing of the nature is different item. So education cannot change. Then another part, people say that we will do a fear of punishment and rewards. By that we can control a person and Sthita Pragya. See, remember where we are coming from. We are telling that other than these thoughts, other than the thoughts of Gita, which are the other alternatives which other religions and other systems have thought about. So one system thought about, give a proper education and people will change. Another system thought about that have a fear of punishment and rewards. In other words, heaven and hell. If you do these things, you will go to heaven. If you do this other thing, you will go to hell. And that is what is being told to the people. So, how does a person get controlled? Means the pragya, the intellect of a person, how does it not go into a wrong direction? By the fear of the hell and the reward of the heaven. But what happens in that case? In that case also, there are stages. Like a very small and lower level person will keep fear and they will become, they will keep doing the thing. Until they understand that there is nothing like that. They will go around in the world and they will see that wrong people, incorrect people are not being punished. Either because they have got a lot of money or they have got a lot of power. So they do not, see, everybody doesn't become a cheater, a stealer. They do not steal from places. Why? Is it because, I'm really appreciating those people who are really honest and I salute to them. But mostly the training is through the fear. If you are going to steal something, you will go to jail. So 70%, 80% of people are automatically training themselves that, okay, you know what, don't do this. But if given an opportunity, how many people will stick to that kind of a thinking is a questionable thing. Most of the people. And that is why we see sometimes that a great person, a very great person, a very big person, we eventually find that, oh, they did something like this? How did they do that? We get surprised by that. Why? Because that person couldn't keep themselves under that pressure, number one. And number two, if nobody is seeing me, then I will do anything. the punishment or reward doesn't work for long. We will take an example if nobody is seeing. What happened that there was a guru, there was a very good guy, and a person goes to the guru, and a person is asking the guru that, oh Guru, teach me the Atma Gyan, the knowledge of the Atma. Teach me the Atma Gyan. Mujhe Atma Gyan sikhaiye. He's telling him. So the Guru says, no problem, it's very simple. Okay, how many years I should be studying? What should I be doing? You do not have to do anything. You just do one thing. So the Guru gave a small bird in the hand of the person. You may have already heard this story. So the Guru gave a bird in the hand of a person, in the hand, and then, in the feast. And then Guru says, go and kill this bird where nobody is seeing it. Nobody should see you killing the bird. And the person was quite surprised. Killing a bird will get me Atma Gyan? How come this happened? But he believed that Guru was a correct person, Guru was the right person. It is better to, follow the instructions of Guru. He believed in it. So he took the bird and he thought that, okay, let me kill this bird now. So he goes home and he tries to kill the bird, twisting the neck. And then he's seeing that, oh, his family is seeing him. So he remembers, oh, Guru told me that you kill the bird where nobody is seeing you. So he thought, oh, here the people, my family members are seeing me and all that. So he goes to the street, he goes out in the village, and he's trying to kill the bird somewhere, he's sitting under a tree in the village, and then he's trying to kill the bird, and then he's saying, oh, there are other people seeing me. There are, the villagers are seeing me, there are kids playing, they are seeing me that, oh, I'm having a bird in the hand, so I can't kill the bird here. Then he thought, okay, let me go into the forest, because in forest there will be no one, and I can kill the bird very easily. And then because I will kill the bird, I will get the Atma Gyan. That is what the Guru told, so I will kill the bird. So he goes to the forest. When he goes to the forest, and now he is sitting under a big tree in the forest. And he says, okay, now let me kill the bird. Now when he tries to kill the bird, he sees that, oh, there are other birds who are watching me. There are other animals who are watching me. There are, so many other animals and birds and all those things are still watching me. That I am having bird in my hand and I am trying to kill. So he says, this is also not a right place to go. This is also not a correct place to kill the bird. Then he thought, okay, where should I go? Where should I go? Then he thought that, okay, let me go inside a cave. Because in the cave there will be nothing. There are no animals going to be there. So he goes inside a cave. And then he's trying to kill the bird again. But then again he is seeing around. And he's seeing that, oh, there are spiders, there are bugs, there are crawling insects. All these are still there. Who may be watching me? Who may be looking at me? Who may be watching me? So I can't kill the bird here also. Now he started frustrating. He started getting worried that how come? Now he was tired also holding the bird in the hand for so long. So he was wondering that now where should I be going to kill this bird? Then he thought one idea, what I will do, I'll take a big chadar, I'll take a big comforter, I'll put it on my head, and then there is no one around me. And then I am killing the bird inside. I will wear the comforter over my head, like I will go inside a tent kind of thing, and then I will kill the bird. So that there are no one there, there are no insects, there are no animals, there are no humans, and I can kill the bird. Now, so he took a comforter, he took it all around him, and now he starts killing the bird. At that moment, he started thinking one more idea. He thought that even if nobody is looking that now this bird is being killed by me, I am looking at it. At least I am knowing that the bird is getting killed. So he understood, oh, I can't kill the bird. So he comes back to the Guru. Guru, I am so sorry. I cannot kill this bird because at least I am seeing it. And Guru told that is exactly what is Atma Gyan. When you start seeing yourself, Sthita Pragya means what? The intellect will watch your mind. Intellect will keep looking at yourself. Whenever we are doing something, when we are do any actions, our intellect will tell us this is a shaken thing or a true path. That is Atmagyan. That is what a Sthita Prajna will be. So a fear of, or a punishment or a reward will not work, but a clear understanding will work. That is what. Then there are also, remember, we are thinking about different schools of thoughts which says other than what Gita has told. So some schools of thought says education, some schools of thought says punishment or reward. There is another school which says ample resources. Yes, if there are ample amount of resources, there will not be any problem because people will not fight with each other, people will not steal from each other if there are ample resources. Yeah, and this is promoted or propagated for free. Yeah, free. I will give you for free. Give free food, give free education, give free clothes, give everything free. But we have already seen that. There is no more thing to be talked about it because we have seen that there are millionaires. When some billionaire dies and there is another person, there are 5 or 6 heirs from different side, cousins and all, they all come to the court, they fight. Even though they themselves has got a millions of dollars, they will still fight in the court for the rights and how much I am going to inherit. So having an abundance doesn't mean, and again another similar, the excellent example is Ravan. Even after having a wife like Mandodari, who is not only beautiful, who is not only very much a pativrata. Mandodari is one of the pativrata in our Sati shloka. Mandodari is one of the person whom we remember. Even after having such a wife, he commits a mistake. So having an abundance of resources or having an abundance of material, situation doesn't make a person to become sthita pragya. His intellect will still go and think about wrong ideas. So those things doesn't work. So how does that work? How the Sthita Pragya behaves. So we will take another story. This is a little long story, but we will take it. Because how does a Sthita Pragya work in the society? The question here, Arjuna, is Sthita Pragya se ka bhasha samadhisyasya keshava. How does a Sthita Pragya work? Let us take another example. There was a guru and he was having one shishya. And the Shishya went through the whole education and everything in the Gurukul. And now it is a practical. The work permit, what we call here, that after you get some schooling, after you do your book education and all, you go into society and you do the work, you get the training, internship. So Guru, the Shishya is asking the Guru that now I want to do the internship. Where should I go and what should I be doing? So Guru is telling that, okay, you know what, there is a nearby city and in that city there is a very beautiful and very famous dancer. There is a very beautiful and very famous dancer. You go and you stay with the dancer for 7 years. And here the dancer is Ganika, so she is like prostitute and dancing and all those kind of things. So that is a kind of a person who is doing her business over there, and you go there and you live with her for 7 years. That is your internship. That is your practical work permit. So the Shishya says, okay, fine, I'll go. So he goes to the nearby city and he finds the house of a Ganika. Now this Ganika, this dancer has got a big house. She was very famous. She had a big house, a big mansion, and all the, the chokidar, the security people, security guard and all. So the Shishya reaches there and is asking that, oh, I want to meet the lady, I want to meet her. And so he goes inside and he is telling the Ganika that, you know what, my Guru has told me that I should live with you for 7 years. And whatever you do, tell me, I will do that. So I am here to stay with you. And this dancer was surprised. What does a monk, a shishya like that, is going to do in my whole business? My business is not related to this. It is an entirely different thing. So she is asking, you are in a wrong place, man. You know, this is not a right place for you. You are a monk, or you are a sadhu, or you are a, you are coming from a gurukul. So this is the wrong place. Just go away. And he says, no, but I am supposed to be staying with you because of my Guru Agya. Guru ne bola hai, mujhe aapke saath mein 7 saal rehna padega. I will have to stay with you for 7 years. So this dancer became upset. You know, she told, okay, go away. And he told the security guy, take this guy out of the house. So this person goes out in the house, and he is standing on the main gate, and he just sits there. He does nothing. He doesn't resist. He doesn't do anything. He just sits there. So when this Ganika is seeing that this man is just sitting there, doing nothing, there is a rain, there is a sun. In the night, he is just sleeping there on the road. He is not doing anything. He is just sitting there. So this girl got worried that, oh, he should not die at my doorstep. So she is calling him back again. Oh, why you have to live with me? He says, my guru has told me to live with you. But you cannot live with me like this. You have to do some work. You cannot live free with me. You have to do some work. You have to, help me in something. And you can, and then I will think whether you can stay with me or not. So this guy is telling, what kind of a work you are looking for? So she is asking, okay, can you do, can you play music? Can you play tabla and harmonium and, sitar and all that? Because I am a dancer, so you can play some music for me. And then it will work, you can be my servant. And he says, no, I don't know anything about those kind of music thing. I cannot do, I don't know, I have not learnt about it. Says, okay, then you will be useless for me. You will be just sitting here doing nothing but just taking, free meal for 7 years. Go away, get out. So this guy again goes out and he sits outside near the doorstep. Cool, calm, no resistance, nothing. So after a couple of days again, he is not even eating, he is not doing, he is just sitting there. So this dancer is now really worried that, oh my God, this guy is going to definitely die at my doorstep. So he calls him. And he says, she calls him and says, see, you cannot just live with somebody without doing anything. So you have to do something. You have to do some cleaning work. You should, put the water to the plants. You should learn you should be doing something. So what have you learned? Do you know gardening? Do you know, all these things? And the guy is telling, no, I have not learned anything. I don't know. I have not learned gardening. I have not learned cooking. I do not know. So this girl is asking, but if you do not know these things, what have you learned and what will you do for 7 years? And the Shishya is answering, this guy, the monk is answering that I have learned 3 things. He says, okay, what do you know? Or what are the things you can do? So the monk is telling, I have learned 3 things from my guru. What? Number 1, I can work hard. Any amount of tapa, any amount of hard work, I can continue to do without any persistent perseverance. I can do any amount of hard work in any area. That is number 1. Number 2, while doing that hard work, I can keep cool, calm, patience. The side effect of the hard work, like fatigue, anger, anxiety, all these things doesn't touch me. I can keep peaceful. I can be calm. And the third thing is, I can wait till my fruits are achieved, till the final result is achieved. I can wait. So I can wait, I can suffer. Suffer means while working hard, whatever is the problems coming, you can take them comfortably. So I can wait, I can suffer, and I can work. And this girl is surprised that these 3 qualities, how does it help me? How can you help me? He says, you tell me any work, I will learn about it and I will work. Now imagine, A person who can continuously work without any wavering, Siddha Pragya, who doesn't deviate from whatever is being told, and whatever work is being told, he or she is persistently doing it without fatigue, and while doing that, whatever problems comes, he or she can handle it very peacefully, and till the final results are achieved, they can keep calm and wait. What are the other qualities required to succeed in life? These are the things. So the Ganika says, okay, you know what? Come over, let us see what work you can do. So she starts him giving work of cleaning the rugs and, cleaning utensils. And this guy is doing without any question, without any complaint that, oh, you are giving me this cleaning work, and when at 12 o'clock in the night, you come and do this cleaning of this thing and cooking, cleaning and all that. He's doing everything without any single complaint. And he's very calm, peaceful. Who will not like a servant like that? At present, if you ask an entrepreneur that what kind of an employee you need, this will be the qualities, the basic qualities. You can train an employee. You can train an employee with multiple skills, but one who has got these basic skills is the best employee. So in the same way, this Ganika gets this guy, and this guy is working very hard, and he is continuously working. Now what happens around 6 months, 8 months after, one big entrepreneur, a Shet, Bada Vepari, a big trader comes to this girl, because she is a very famous dancer. So there are so many big people, rich people come to meet her, to come to see her dance. So there is a very rich man who comes to see her dance. Now this rich man was very intelligent. He could see a person. So when he is seeing this person working, when he saw this monk going around and doing the stuff, he saw, wow, this person never get tired. He is never complaining. He is very peaceful, and he is continuously doing the work. He is a guy who is required with my business. He is not a guy who is required at a dancer's place. So he asked the dancer, can you give me this man? Now dancer was totally like, okay, take him. Like he is an unfit person in my environment. So dancer says, take him. So this guy is asking, and dancer is telling, tomorrow onwards, you are going to go with this rich man, this Shet ke saath mein chale jao. Go with this rich man. So this monk goes, okay, you are ordering me, so I'll be going. Because my guru has told me, whatever the dancer says, you have to do. So I will go with the rich man. So he goes with the rich man, and the rich man now knows how to utilize the skills of this person. Rich man clearly knows how to utilize the skill of this person. So rich man is telling, okay, he takes him in the business, and the business starts growing. Which business will not grow in the place where you have got an employee who is hardworking, who is keeping patience, who can wait easily, no problem. He is a great salesperson. He is a great laborer. He is a great employee. The business starts growing double fold, 10 times, 20 times, 30 times. Business grew. By the time around 4 or 5 years were already passed, around 3-4 years passed. Now this rich man thinks, a person like this should never leave my business. So how can I bind this person? How can I keep this person in a bondage so that he will never leave my business, he will never leave my home, he will never leave my company. So what he tries to do, that, oh, you are going to follow my instructions, right? He says, yeah, I am told to follow the instruction of the dancer. Dancer told me to follow your instruction, I will follow your instruction. So this rich man thinks, what is the best way? Imagine, and this is very, very easy for the people who are in that situation, that what is the best way to hold a person? The rich man had a daughter. He thought that if I get my daughter married with this monk, the monk will never go, because now he is a family member, he is a sansari guy. So he tells the monk, okay, I order you to marry my daughter. And he says, fine, your order, I have to accept. So he gets married. The monk gets married with the woman because the rich man told. He gets married, the business is still growing. Now the rich man thinks, aha, let me bind him more. So what he does, he says the daughter that, okay, you should have some kids. So now by the time 6, 7 years, the 7 years are almost going to end. The person is married, he has got kids, he has got a big business, the monk is in a big business, and he is working very hard. So the rich man is very happy now. He thinks that, okay, now this person is never going to go anywhere. Now my business will be growing ever, and I will die happily because my daughter has got a best husband in the world. But what happens? At the end of the 7th year, when the 7th year has come, at the end of the 7th year, the moment the day comes, the end of the 7th year, the monk removes. See, remember, he was doing a business, so he was wearing that attire. He was wearing all those things which are required to run a business. He removed all his clothes. He removed all the ornaments. He wore the same potli nikali upar se. He removed the clothes in that small bag from the top and the attic. He removed it. He wore this and he started walking away. And then this rich man and his daughter is shouting, "Where are you going? Where are you going? How can you leave?" He says, "Look at it. My guru gave me an order. He gave me instruction that I should live for 7 years with you and with the dancer, and then subsequently with you for 7 years. The moment my 7 years are done, I am supposed to go back to Guru. My 7 years are done, so I am going back to Guru. Untouched. Even after having kids, even after having millions of dollars of business and a beautiful wife, he walks out after 7 years. Because his sthita pragya, his intellect is very clear what is my path. He is not shaken up by any greed, by any luring of anything. Whatever is my duty is what? Guru told me for 7 years. I will do it for 7 years. And then I will go back to Guru. He is so clear in his mind. That is sthita pragya, one whose pragya, whose intellect is so clear about what is my work and what is my duty. The meaning of this story doesn't mean that you leave the world. The meaning of the story is that whatever work we are doing, we have to be very clear what is my final duty, what is my duty, why am I born? That is my duty. My duty, of course, for living in the world, in life, we have to earn bread and butter and we have to do sansar and all that. That's a separate part. But I am born not for that. That is the understanding in the intellect is important. That is sthita pragya, whose intellect is very stable. He exactly knows what is to be done and what is not to be done. So, here actually from the very deep Tattvagyan side, what is happening is that our birth is because of our mana, mind. Why we are born? Because we had ichha, we had wishes, desire. And because to satisfy that desire, we need a body. Because without a body, we cannot satisfy a desire. If I want to taste a gulab jamun, I have to have a tongue. If I take a gulab jamun and put in my ear, I will not taste it. Why? Because to taste a gulab jamun, I need a tongue. In the same way, all the organs of the body, all the indriya, all the senses of the body. So, and how to have the senses? Through the mind. We enjoy the senses through the mind. If mind is not in right place, we cannot enjoy. If we are worried, whatever food we are eating is not enjoyed by us. Why? Because our mind is not there. So, the whole focal point of our birth is through the mind. And when the intellect tries to take the control for the use of senses, the use of indriya, and the consumption of the material world, when the intellect starts controlling, the mind is gets shaken. It's like losing control, and that is why the mind takes us away. This is the mechanism in the spiritual level. That the mind thinks that I am losing control, so I will drag, I will pull our soul into a direction where it will go as the mind thinks. But then we say that, oh, hold on, it is the intellect who is going to control my senses, it is not the mind. And that is where the mind becomes upset and mind tries to sway us away. That is how it is in a spiritual world. And remember, we are talking about the second chapter, which is Sankhya Yoga. So there is no God here. Did we talk that, oh, God will help us or God is this? No, this is a Sankhya Yoga. Atma, Paramatma, our relationship with the nature and our relationship with the creator, the Atma side. That is what it is here. So Arjun is asking, Sthita Pragya se Kabasa, how does it move? How does he walk around? How does he talk? Now God is answering the question, answering that by the next sloka. So we will go to 55th sloka. Sri Bhagwan Uvacha Prajahati Yada Kaman Sarvan Partha Manogatan Atmanyevatmana Tushta Sthita Pragyasta Dochyate. God is explaining Prajahati Yada Kaman. Prajahati. Prajahati means discarding, leaving, throwing away. Prajahati Yada Kaman. When the Supreme Lord said, O Parth, Sarvan Partha, Parth means the name of the Arjun. O Parth, when one discards all selfish desires and cravings of the senses that torment the mind and becomes satisfied in the realization of the self, such person is said to be transcendentally situated. Wow, very deep English. Basically, it says that in 4 parts, Prajahati Yada Kaman. First thing, the God is telling, Sampurna Kamnao ka Tyag. It is telling, leaving, Tyag. See, here the word is Prajahati. Tyag. What is Tyag? We will learn about it. We will look at it. So Prajahati, Kamnao ka Tyag kar deta hai. One who is discarding all the desires. So, and then there is a second part, Sarva, means every. But all those desires which are created by the Manogatan, which are created by the Mana, which is not created by the intellect. Manogatan, Mana, of the mind. The desires which are created of the mind, the person is Prajahati. What he is doing is discarding. Prajahati. And once he is discarding, what is he doing? Atmaneva Atmana Tushta. Atmaneva Atmana Tushta. He is contented. He is satisfied with his own self. He is satisfied. Sthita Pragnastya Dochyate. This is the Sthita Pragya. Means Sthita Pragna is doing 2 things. He is discarding the Manogatan. He is discarding the desires which are created by the mind. And he is taking the Atmanev Atmana Tushta. He is satisfied. He is contented. Tushta. Tushta means contented, satisfied. He is satisfied. Atmaneva Atmana. He is satisfied of oneself. That is a Sthita Pragya. There is a first word, first sentence God is explaining here for the Sthita Pragya. So, first important part is that we are told that Kamna ka Tyag. Kamna ka Tyag kar do. Kamna ko kaise tyag karenge? How will we leave the desires? Because number 1 part is that desires are moving us. If there is no desire, we will not work. A person has a desire that, okay, I will become a computer engineer, and that is why they go to school. A person wants to eat food, that is why they go to the kitchen and make some food. So desire is there. We cannot discard all the desires in our life. We just can't discard all our desires. Not possible. To live our life, we have to have a desire. Lower level or higher level. We need it. It pushes us for the work, for the actions. And desires are also powerful. The desires we need, if we find thirsty and we say that, okay, the mind is telling us, okay, go to the water tap and drink water. We'll say, no, I'm not going to believe or I'm not going to follow what my mind is telling me. What will happen? We will feel more thirsty. If we do not drink at all, we may fall sick also. So living those things is not possible. Second part is, again, as I have told multiple times before, is that we are embodied animals. We are the animals who have got the senses. So if we want to live, we have to satisfy each of that. Like we need nourishment, so we need food. We need food, we need to cook. We need to cook, we need money to buy the food. So naturally we will have to work. To live through our life, we need to work. We just can't leave everything of the material world. So here the important word is kamna. The important word is kamna ka tyag kar dena. The desire doesn't mean leaving the material world. Somebody has already told, we know that money is not bad. Greed for the money is bad. Money is not bad because money is required for trading, for exchanges, for paying employees, for buying the stuff. So money is necessary. But greed of money is bad. In other words, the attitude towards the world, the attitude towards the society, attitude towards how we are looking at the world is the reason. How we see the thing, that is going to be corrected. Kamnao ka tyag means what? Tyag doesn't mean leaving the world. Tyag means and desiring something is also not bad, as long as it is within the life. That is why a sloka is going to come, and that is why our Sanatan Dharma is supposed to be the best. The God has told, Dharma viruddha kamo. Dharma viruddha. Dharma viruddha. Dharma aviruddha. The kam which is aviruddha, which is not against the dharma. I am the vibhuti. In the vibhuti yoga, the God is told, I am the vibhuti. Dharma viruddha kamosmi. So we can do, but through the dharma. And dharma is what? It's not religion. It is the prescribed duty and responsibilities which we are born with. That is the dharma. So we cannot just live. We need physical, air, water, food, sleeping, clothing. We need it. So there is a very interesting study which is done by one Mr. Maslow. And that is Maslow's law of hierarchy. Maslow's law of needs, hierarchy of needs. Google it. It is very interesting. So in Maslow's hierarchy of needs, Maslow has made a triangle, like a pyramid, a triangle. And in that triangle, Maslow has identified various levels of needs of a human being. What are the things in our life we need, and what are those levels so that we live through our life? That is what Maslow has done. So, in the very bottom level, Maslow has told that there are physical needs. And these physical needs are air, water, food, shelter, sleep, clothing, reproduction, and keeping our existence, basically. That is what is a very physical need at the bottom level. And Maslow has told, okay? Maslow has told that unless the lower level needs are satisfied, a person doesn't go to the second level. And remember, it is a triangle. It is not a rectangle. He has made it triangular. In other words, the physical needs are more, bigger, descriptive, large in number. And the upper level is becoming smaller and smaller. That is why it is a triangle. So the basic one was, at the base is a physical need. That's a physical. What we need to live through our life. Physical. Then he told that the second level is safety. When our physical need is satisfied, we go to the second level of safety. Let us take an example. If if we are, our physical need is that we want to keep safe. We want to eat good food. We do not want to drink, dirty water. We want to keep healthy. That is our physical need. But suppose we are lost in a forest where there is absolutely no food, no water, and we are so thirsty, we are so hungry, and then suddenly we find a little pond where there is a dirty water. The water is dirty, it's not clean. We can see that it is dirty water. But we are so thirsty that we will drink that water. So we do not look at the safety because our physical need is water. As long as the physical need is satisfied, we look for safety. When the physical need is not satisfied, we don't look for safety. We just go ahead. And this is explained by Maslow. I'm going to come to it, because that is how they think, and that is how the Sanatan Dharma explains. It's very interesting because actually I did an 8-hour workshop on Maslow's triangle. 4 hours, the first one is to explain what Maslow has explained, what is his thoughts, what are his thoughts on on the triangle, and then how does the Sanatan Dharma, we took exactly the same triangle, but how does the Sanatan Dharma looks at it. So it is a 8 hours of session, especially for the youngsters, the younger group, because it is more interesting and important for them to live through the life on that. So we did it. And it is challenging because we are going to look at it in the next 5 minutes or so. Anyway, so we do not look at the safety unless the physical needs are done. Once physical needs are there, we look for the safety, and under safety we need personal security, employment, resources, health, prosperity, governance, judiciary system, taxes. All these are coming in the safety region. All these are coming in the safety. And then it is told that when the safety is satisfied, then we go to the higher level, which is love and belonging. So we need friendship, we need intimacy, we need sense of connection, and the marriage system and everything that comes over there. Yeah. And that is why to a poor boy, the father will not give his daughter. Oh, wo to garib hai, he is a poor guy. Why will I give my daughter? Because, why? The physical needs will not be satisfied. That is how it happens. In a practical life, we can see that. So then the love, and then the level above will be the esteem, self-esteem, self-respect, self-esteem, status, recognition, strength, freedom. All these are coming at a esteem level. And that is why we see that person is, initially earning the money, and then they make some big bungalow, and then they go into the society, they start doing the social work. Why? Because recognition. People should say, Falana Dikna has become a big man. He is a guy who has donated so much money to this thing and all. That is why, that is the recognition, self-esteem. And the next level is self-actualization. The highest level as per Maslow is self-actualization, self-fulfillment, creativity. These are the things coming over there at the highest level, full potential. That is what Maslow told. And so, in short, Maslow told that unless the lower level needs are satisfied, the higher level needs a person does not look at. That is what Maslow explained. As a Sanatan Dharma, we looked at the same triangle and we took some examples. Say for example, maximum amount of drug addiction, maximum amount of suicides happen with whom? With poor people or with the rich people? Rich people. So, what Maslow made a triangle is correct, but the explanation is exactly reverse. Unless the top level is satisfied, a person neglects the bottom level. And that is how we discuss. Maybe we will take this Maslow triangle again next week. It is already 10:59. We are supposed to close in a minute. But that is a hierarchy of needs. That is what has come in. Why we are talking about it? Because kamrao ka tyag means tyag, how much, which tyag we have to do, which desires we have to live. Should we not think about the physical needs? Should we not think about the safety needs? What kind of kamna, what kind of desires, what kind of levels of desires, hierarchy of needs we should live and we should have. That is what we are going to think. So next week again, when we are coming back, Actually what is happening is that next week and the week after, I am traveling. So I will not be here in Toronto. So our this session will be anadhyay means we are not going to meet for next 2 weeks, which is going to be 9th and 16th. We are not going to meet. So I take permission from all of you to give me a little vacation for my own work also, some of the family responsibilities. So we will be meeting again on 23rd. We will be meeting again on 23rd of September, and we will think about this Maslow's triangle further and the needs and which kamna to be tyag. कौन सी कामना का त्याग करना चाहिए, which kamna, which desires we have to live, we will think about it. So till then I wish everyone a happy time, and I will stop my pravachan now. Vasudevasutam devam kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha.